Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another stream. Habibis, we are here. Special edition stream. I promised you all entertainment during the international break, and no one in this chat can say I haven't delivered. Because you're all a bunch of lying frauds. If any of you even tries to say that I have not delivered entertainment, you're all sat there being subjected to two shell ball and crap like that. And we have given you entertainment, mate. So, regardless, big up to all you amazing, incredible community on YouTube. And we're here to talk about the Liverpool rebuild live post Trent Alexander-Arnold. You get me? We are here, Habibis. Do slap the like button, do subscribe. And today I decided to go a bit old school. Because why not? Because why not? There is nothing better than a little bit of a dose of old school. Today, there is no need for Callum to sit on the fence. There is no need for Matt to bash Tom every opportunity he gets. There is no need for Drifty to big up Nunez. Today, it's just a prototypical Husam ex Tom Little, ladies and gentlemen. Hi, Tom.
Hello, mate. Feels like I'm back in 2022 again.
Yes, this is like old school right here. This is literally old school. I love it, to be honest with you. I love it. I remember all our arguments, bro. We had so many arguments, I swear to God. I think me and you have argued the most on YouTube, like as in weekly show type people.
Oh, 100%.
100%. The funny part is the infamous slot out clip, you're a part of it.
Yeah, but the worst part is the fellow who put it on No Context Fan TV cuts out my immediate rebuttal to it, going, "Why are you only slot out?" So it looks like I'm in agreement with you.
Yeah.
I just said there on the side.
The problem is with that video, I remember like the build up to it. We had just lost the league after all the Nunes Diaz stuff, Dumb and Dumber. Klopp was leaving. Xabi Alonso said no. Amorim said no. And out of nowhere, in comes this bald Dutchman. I was so emotional. It was absolutely unbelievable, to be honest. I was genuinely so emotional, bro. But that's why you should never let the emotions get the better of you. You should never. You should just never do that. But here we are, and I'm happy I'm wrong. Which I will speak about now in a second. Big up to all of you guys in the chat. Big up to Park, Will, Ali, Mighty Reds, Liam. Big up to Safia. Big up to you. Big up to Ballers. ZZ, best duo on YouTube. Tell them, blood. Oh, look, we're gonna listen. What we're not gonna do is come here and start revealing human being secrets on the stream in a moment of vulnerability. That's only 10% of what I watched. I am not going to big you guys up anymore. Big up to Husam, guys. We tried to get Husam on, but he's too much of a celebrity now. Speaking of, actually, let me keep it to you guys as a surprise. There was a interaction between Husam and a Liverpool player. Anyway, we will let that be that for now. You get me? I'm not going to say anything more.
You know what we should do as well, Husam? We should tell the people, if you missed it early today, me and Husam went on to Coppish, best pound for pound Liverpool channel on the platform, and we basically just had an hour and a half of chatting about life. What was supposed to be talking about everything else just ended up turning into life. So, you know...
I was so disappointed in Matt, the fact he watches anime. Do you agree with me on that anime stuff?
I'm not as staunch on it as you. I'm not as staunchly against it as you. I don't watch it personally, but I'm not as staunchly against it as you in the way that you are. I personally wouldn't watch it.
You understand where I'm coming from. It's just cartoons.
It is, but I mean, I'm not against certain, like I like animated. I like certain animated movies, but
yeah, but I think that's
cartoon.
Different.
Is that like? Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not an anime guy. The part that gets me with anime is how many fucking episodes there are. Like, you could not pay me to watch 1,300 episodes or something. Give it to me in 20. I can do 20 episodes, not 1,300.
That actually, Loki is actually a very good point that I will use against anime next time someone makes that argument. No one trying to watch 1,200 episodes of nothing. I'll be honest with you. Like Prison Break is my favorite show ever. If it was 1,200 episodes, I'm not watching that shit. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. No one trying to watch.
Prison Break season 1, season 2, very good. Season 3, ropey. 4's really off the boil. 5 saved it quite a bit. I quite liked 5, even though you know it's not what it was. I thought there was a lot of classic stuff in 5.
I liked all 5 seasons. I actually think season 3 was the weakest. Sona. That was mid a little bit.
I just like Bellic and Sona. I quite like seeing his.
I like 4 where they all came together to find Scylla. That was like, and they had so many plot twists.
I think that's the reason. I think the reason why I dislike that one is just that there's none of the there's none of the breakout kind of stuff with it. I know season 2 was the more so on the run than anything, but it was bouncing off that, and they kept a lot of the same elements. It was just I felt season 4 was a little bit underwhelmed. It was still good, but it was just a little bit underwhelmed for what I wanted.
Yemen was nice as well. Yeah, I hear you. At the end of the day, it's a good series overall. It's a very good series overall.
And especially the way they ended it. Episodes. the final couple episodes and the way they wrapped all the pieces up together.
Yeah,
beautiful. Yeah.
Let me just read these super chats before we start the stream, because I do want to start with the Trent topic. However, it's now 2 days later. Tom is calm. I'm calm. I just want us to have just a calm conversation where we listen to each other's perspectives and not fight, so we can get into this Liverpool rebuild. Big up to Ray Ray. Ray Ray, I want to give Ray Ray credit for something, and this is genuinely very important. Look, as much as me, I absolutely can't stand him. I know this is a love-hate relationship. He loves me and I hate him. I will give him credit. The stream for Patrick, the guy donated 300 euros. So massive shout out to Ryan. It's obviously very easy to, and Ryan knows that it's just banter. He knows it's just love, but he absolutely is incredible. So can we get W's in the chat for Ray Ray? Because he did give Patrick on that cancer stream.
We'll pass on the ban fund for today.
Yes, no ban fund today. About to win the Prem. Offered huge money and captaincy, but no ambition and club's fault by player FC fans like Husam. Ran his contract down. Never had any intention of signing one. I wish he'd missed the penalty versus Switzerland. Harsh words there.
Have you seen the news? According to Dave Okoff, Liverpool have reportedly opened talks to sign Jeremy Frimpong.
Is that true? Frimpong. I'm gonna do a short on this later. I don't know about this one. We'll speak about it now in a second anyway in the whole rebuild thing. So I got you. Ryan, I'm gonna address this because I want to start off the Trent section. Yanis, big up to Yanis. Thank you for the super chat. Infamously big Mason Mount fan. Nah, man, I'm telling you, I understand. He fully changed his profile picture to Mason Mount in a Liverpool shirt, by the way. I understand why she cheated. Did you see how hot he is and how much money he has? His pull is different. I would have cheated too. I don't blame her. Stand up, man. First of all, this is not a relationship. You get me? This is not a relationship, so this analogy does not work. Second of all, I've never cheated. Alhamdulillah. Never cheated, never been cheated on. Completely loyal guy. I just looked. But I never cheated. You get me? That's just
There's nothing wrong with a bit of window shopping.
Yes,
I've always maintained that.
You get me? Just try to maximize your partner's capabilities by making her really jealous. So that's what I did. But I've never ever cheated. But I will address this. I promise you guys. I'm gonna give you both the genuine response that you want. You think Trent told Jude to go to Real and he'll come there after him? Now, I think that's too much of a conspiracy for me to buy in. I think you need to take your tinfoil hat off because this is a bit too much still. I don't even think Tom, who can't stand Trent right now, will acknowledge this. Hey, you know what it is?
Hold on a minute. Ashraf, looking at another attractive woman is not cheating.
Yeah, that ain't cheating.
If I'm walking down the street with my missus and across the road see someone fit, I go, oof, she's all right here. Wouldn't do anything afterwards. I'm not going to go, listen, fuck off. I'm going to chat her up. I can look and go, oh, she's all right here.
And if you're in university and another girl does your assignment, it's not that deep. I'm trying to pass. Big up to you. Big up to Aidan Andrews who says FSG can be and Trent a rat snake. Okay. Let's start this off by saying big up Ryan, big up Yanis, big up Osman, and big up Aiden for the super chats.
Are we going to come to an agreement here that we're not going to argue with each other? We're going to say
No, I don't want to argue. I'm just going to present you something, and I want you have full opinion to say whatever the hell you want. Big up everyone in the chat. We have already 500 people in here. I don't want to keep stopping Husam X Tom to tell you to like and subscribe. Just hit the like button, close your live chat, hit the like button, continue to enjoy the stream. Let's get to 200 likes ASAP. Mods keep pushing for the likes as well. Let me just say this, Tom. Look, let me and you agree right now. We don't have to come to a common consensus. We can think completely differently.
We're not going to. We very rarely ever do.
That's fine. I just ask that for once we just understand each other's perspective. You get me? And I just want you to hear me out, okay? And I will understand what you're saying as well. With Trent, let's have a calm conversation instead of us shouting at each other. Okay? It's very therapeutic to have calm conversations. I understand why Tom Little is angry. I understand. I'm angry as well. Because you can't be the same person that says this means more and then move. This is something I completely acknowledge. This is something I say, Trent, you can't come out publicly and say, I want to become the Liverpool captain. I want to retire here. I want to do my best for the club. I'm just a lad from Liverpool who his dreams came true. This means more. And then you're the same guy that leaves. This is the thing that has rubbed the fan base the wrong way. And I completely 100 million% understand where everyone is coming from when it comes to this. Now, all I'm saying is I'm just putting myself in the shoes of Trent Alexander-Arnold. I am just being genuinely objective right now. You're winning a league title now, your second league title in 8 years. Has Fenway Sports Group given us any proof in the past that they're going to do their absolute best for us to retain it next season? The genuine objective answer to that is no, because we have been at the top of the mountain before and we have been pushed off it for 4 years. When we argue with Arsenal fans, me and Tom both do shows with Igal. Sla inherited 4 all-time players. He inherited 4 all-time players. Alisson, Mo Salah, unbelievable players. That's what they say. But we've had them for 4 years and we haven't won anything major in those 4 years. Not the Champions League, not the Premier League. Now, if you're in Trent's situation, okay, I go to this other club in Real Madrid. They just won La Liga and Champions League and went and signed Kylian Mbappe. They won the Champions League and the La Liga and went and signed Kylian Mbappe. That is something that you cannot find at Liverpool Football Club, unfortunately for us. Now, the prime example of this is the following. Me and Tom will acknowledge, even now as we do the rebuild video, that we probably need, no exaggeration, me and him don't need to exaggerate, don't need to say too much, probably need 5 players this summer. Nothing crazy, even 5 40 million pound players. 5
You're signing 5 players.
Oh, are you signing more?
I think I've got 8.
Okay, even worse. So that's my point. We need 5 players. Now, given our track record in the past, what we're going to do is we're going to sign 3 players and then go like, oh, these 2 players we're not going to get. We're going to leave them for next summer because there's a war chest and blah, blah, blah. And that's unfortunately the cycle of events at Liverpool Football Club. I understand completely from an emotional perspective why everyone's upset, but from a genuine football logical perspective, you literally have no reason to be upset because the guy is moving to a club that shows a lot more ambition than our club does. And if I was in Trent's place and John W. Henry is the guy that is in charge of my contract for the next 4 years in my prime compared to having Florentino Perez in charge of it, prime example. Florentino Perez has been renewing Luka Modric contract. He's almost 40. He's been giving him contract renewals every single season. And had Toni Kroos not retired, he would have renewed him too. For us, we got 2 all-timer players that Slot inherited that want to stay at Liverpool Football Club, have come out publicly and said, I want to stay. I love this club. I love the city. I understand this club. My daughter has a Scouse accent. I want to stay here forever. And they haven't had their contract renewed, even though they've publicly said how much they love the club. Now, if you can't look at the Salah Van Dijk situation and the Luka Modric situation and consider the different type of owner that this club has versus this club has, which plays a role in this, then you're just moving strictly emotionally, in my opinion. And that's what I honestly say.
My turn? Right, okay.
Yes. Go ahead.
I am a Scouser. I was born in the city, grew up in the city, grew up on Liverpool. For me and many others, there is no greater honour and no greater thing in life than playing week in, week out for Liverpool Football Club. I would play week in, week out for Liverpool Football Club if they were in League Two, the National League, and any level like that.
Mm-hmm.
I could only ever dream of playing for a Liverpool team that is winning Premier Leagues, winning Champions Leagues, competing at the very top year in, year out. Trent Alexander-Arnold is doing that. To throw that all away in the manner that you've done it, by trying to lead the club on for 2 years, talking behind our back for 2 years, playing along with negotiations, so I'm not being not having the forthright to tell us that you want to go, because as much as we hate Michael Owen, the way he left for Madrid is the way you should leave for Madrid. You tell us you want to go, we sell you in the last year of your deal. There would not be anywhere near this level of anger and vitriol if he'd have said last season that Jurgen Klopp's left, I want to go too. We'd sell him to Madrid, because Liverpool Football Club don't stand in the way of players who want to go. We never have. There's nothing that we can achieve by doing that. But the fact of the matter is, the way he's handled himself, the way his agent have handled themselves, it's disrespectful to the fan base that stood by him. It's disrespectful to the club, and the manner in which it's all gone down. The fact that he said it wouldn't play out in public, yet there's been all these stories going on for months now, and I know more about his contract situation than the other two. The fact that he's apparently known since 2023 and has been working on this deal since 2023, massively disrespectful to the football club, massively disrespectful to the fans that have stood by you through thick and thin, massively disrespectful to your people. To your people. You're living the dream of every single Liverpool fan, of every single Scouser. You are living the dream. It's a pressure that you shouldn't have. It's an unfair pressure, probably, to put on someone's shoulders because you didn't ask for that. But it is your pressure, and the way you've handled it is nothing short of horrendous. The anger is there, and I will continue to be angry for a long, long time. He can never come back to the football club. That bridge is burnt. He's, in my eyes and many others, that legend status that would have been there is gone. It went the moment this happened, and there's probably a logical way of looking at it, but football fandom's not logical. At the end of the day, Trent Alexander-Arnold is living my dream, and I could never. Real Madrid could offer me £1 million a week, and I could be at Liverpool on £5,000 a week. I would still say no, because there's nothing better than doing it for your people. And the fact that he's going against that, it blows my mind. Gerrard stuck by this team, Carragher stuck by this team, and they were in teams which had the likes of fucking Spearing, Voronin, El Hadj Diouf, Florent Sinama-Pongol. That was who they were relying on. Trent Alexander-Arnold
scored a good goal against Olympiacos.
He did. That was about all he did, though. Trent Alexander-Arnold's in a team with 4 all-timers, with a multitude of genuine world-class players in a team that is ready and can continue to compete at the very top level for years to come, and he's throwing it all away. If he's happy with that decision, he's happy with that decision, but the repercussions are there. He will never be welcome back at the football club. Never. He's throwing it all away.
Emotionally, everything you said is true, but can you agree with what I said objectively? Do you understand what I'm saying, at least?
I don't agree with parts of it, but I understand the logic behind it. I personally think the club are ambitious to a point. Maybe that they might not be as ambitious in terms of monetary signings like Madrid are or whatever, but I do believe the club have ambition. Whereas our views on the club's ambition are different, and we'll never agree on that.
I'll tell you where we differ.
Your points.
I think the club is ambitious to get us to the mountaintop, but they're not ambitious enough to keep us at the mountaintop. Fair? Because we've been here before. We've been league champions, Champions League winners.
Ironically, I'd say they were ambitious to keep us at the top, but they didn't prepare for the worst case scenario,
which is
an injury crisis to the centre backs. They thought they could go into a season with 3 centre backs and Fabinho as the 4th.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of ambition, they won the league with 99 points, and then went and bought the Champions League final man of the match.
Mm-hmm.
and added in the positions that needed it. So when we're talking about ambition, it's and I agree that there's been points in recent years where the club haven't done what all that is needed to be done. But I do think the club has ambition. I think anyone in charge at the football club has ambition in that sense. But that if you have doubts about it, I can understand that. So,
so you do think that this summer we're gonna do everything?
I think this. I think we've got the biggest chance of doing that because I have trust in the people in charge and the structure. Because Michael Edwards, when he was our sporting director, wanted to be ruthless, wanted to be clinical in how he ran the football club. But the management didn't agree with that, and they clashed, and Edwards left. Arnie Slot has a reputation at Final for being ruthless and selling fan favourites because it's what's best for the team. If you're putting a ruthless sporting director with a ruthless manager, you're going to have a ruthless club. And I think the club needs to be ruthless this summer. They won the league. Well done. But it's very obvious that stuff needs to change. So I like to think that's what's going to happen.
So how much blame do you put on FSG for the Trent thing?
The blame for FSG falls in the period between...
Give me percentage, let's say. Like Trent, blame
percentage-wise, 20 to 25%. I think there was only one... Yeah, I think there was only one period of time where I can look and say it's FSG's fault that Trent didn't get that deal. And that was the period between November 2022 and around February 2023. That 4-month period where the club was up for sale and they ceased any and all actions on the football club. That's where I think, no, you should have been sorting out deals at that point. The contracts can't be stopped. Outside of that, I can't blame them in that way.
Here's the thing that I want to ask you. If you were a football player and you removed all emotions out of it, do you trust your future in the hands of Perez or John? If you're not playing for Liverpool, if you're a player for whoever, and John W. Henry was your owner,
I would want to play with the Galacticos at Madrid. But if Liverpool was out of the equation, I would want to play the Galacticos in Madrid. But I think that the whole point of this is I can't remove the fact that Liverpool are in the equation.
You do speak to people. I know you do. I speak to people as well. We're in different circles. We hear different stuff. There are certain things. And by the way, I'm going to reveal something now in front of the people. I hope people don't take this in a negative connotation and people don't come back and go like, oh, you said we're going to get this guy. Because sometimes, guys, I want to explain something before I even reveal the player. First of all, I'm not going to reveal the player because we're not even at 200 likes. So you can all hold that. You guys don't even deserve exclusive. Hit the like button or I will not reveal the player. Simple as. But I understand where you're coming from. When we get to now it's been bumped up. You just got taxed. I'll tell you a player that we're interested in that I think you all will like. But let's get 300 likes. 300 likes and I will drop the name. I'll drop a name, actually. I won't just drop I won't just drop hints. I'll actually drop a name. But I'll tell you something.
None of the classic Sam hints where he just says a league and then leaves it.
No, I'm not even going to say a league or a national. I'm going to say full on the name. 300 likes and I'll tell you a player we actually like for this summer. So let's just get the likes up. We get 300 likes, I'll drop the bomba. Sam Bomba. Here's the thing with transfer news, and Tom will know exactly where I'm coming from. Me and Tom know people. And we know people that know people. And we speak to people. When it comes to this conversation, Tom will tell you the same exact thing. I sat here on a stream last summer. Tom was with me. And I said, there is a transfer from a rival club that if it happens, will break the internet. And it was Julian Alvarez. And I revealed further down the line that we wanted Julian Alvarez. And people laughed at the time. Haha, this guy said we want Alvarez. I still remember Ray laughing at me. Sam Maguire 2 weeks ago comes here and says, drops the article, we wanted Julian Alvarez in the summer. The stupidest decision we made in our life is saying no to offering Luis Diaz. That is the dumbest decision in Liverpool Football Club history. In the history of our club, that's the stupidest decision. Not offering Diaz to get Alvarez. I think even Tom would agree that that's the stupidest decision in life history. Like, you cannot say no to Julian Alvarez. I'm sorry, but even when I drop you the name right now, we're 30 likes away. Even when I drop you the name right now, I just want to make something clear. When I tell you we're interested in someone, Tom will vouch right now. I'll let him speak as well. When I tell you the name of the player that we like, it's not on me to go sign the player. I'm simply telling you, as a player we like, we're interested in. If the club failed to execute, if the player doesn't want to join us, if his parent club doesn't want to sell, that's not on me. Because people will come back in the summer and say, oh, Husam, you said we're going to get this guy. Tab habibi, okay. Ma we like the guy. Tab, okay, now the rest is on the club. It's not on me. Tom, am I lying? Has this not happened to you before when you're hearing news?
You want to hear some of the... I remember last summer, me and Husam were talking about names that we heard together in messages. You know, I think we can say one of them now. There was a genuine point in the window last year where the football club, if they sold Joe Gomez and couldn't get target number 1 or 2, were going to ask for about Axel Disasi.
Yes. We wanted Disasi. This is true.
He was near the bottom of the list, but certain names had gone off the list already. So Disasi
who were you told was the centre back at the top of the list last summer? I was told Lukeba.
I was told, to be fair, mine was later in the window, so I was told it was Geiki.
Oh, later down the window it changed, but we wanted Lukeba. Lukeba is prime example. I think they wanted too much money, man. Like that's the thing. We're 20 likes away. So none of you want to know Liverpool's transfer targets. That's crazy, bro. If I was in your place in the chat, I'd be spam liking the shit out of this stream right here because it's actually a name that.
Do you remember the midfielder we were linked with last summer as well? The bad one. Yeah, the bad one.
Who? Remind me, please.
Billing.
Oh yeah, Philip Billing. Yeah. We wanted
Philip on the midfielder list.
Yeah, I revealed that as well. I revealed the Philip Billing thing. So some of the targets last summer, I actually genuinely cannot believe. Okay, look, you guys, you're lacking. You're 5 likes away from 300. Now we hit 300. I'll tell you, and I'm making this clear to everyone in the chat. It's not my fault if we don't sign said player. We still have to speak to Villarreal. We still have to speak to the player's agent. We still have to speak to the player. We still have to speak to that team. It has nothing to do with me. I am simply telling you who we're interested in. Don't shoot the messenger. I am innocent. Vel, send me this timestamp. I'm going to save it forever. It's not on me, guys. It's not on me. Alex Baena is the player that we're interested in. So it's someone we all like. You get me? We like the guy, but it's on the club to execute. And I hope that we don't fuck up the execution. This is a name I've been told by 2 different types of people from 2 different circles. So you get me? That's someone that, you know, we like as a club, but it's on the club to execute. And this comes to this.
He was on my shortlist for the summer. Yes,
Baena. This is someone who could play in the 10. He could play on both wings. Creative player. You get me? So it's a baller basically. You know, technique. Unbelievable. So my thing is the following. Look, guys, the Gavi thing sailed long ago. Let me just say this about this conversation. We have ambition, but it's not ambitious enough to stay at the top. I hope it is ambition to stay at the top. I hope it's the level of type of player that keeps us at the top, and I hope we sign all positions needed. And we'll get to it now in a second. Let me just do the couple of these super chats, and then we'll move on to the actual rebuild, which is what we're here for, mate. Fans regularly don't use logic. Now it's logic time. Here's the thing, Aiden Andrews. Me and Tom were never, ever going to agree. We are never, ever going to agree on this Trent situation, ever. But the reason why this conversation is good, he explained his perspective, I explained my perspective, and we understood each other's side of the argument, and that's it. Sometimes it's okay to use logic. Not every time you have to shout and scream and let it all out. You get me? Sometimes you have to take a step back, be a bit logical. Husam Alexander-Arnold, Trent Defense League president. I will say I am definitely the Trent Defense League president. Like I don't even deny that, mate. Like I'm completely saying like I am definitely Trent Defense League. Chris, even though he said he's unsubscribing because of what I said on Kopish earlier. No, they won't. 18-19, 19-20 is a rare time where we had no holes. The perfect player or nothing has burned us. I don't know if that was on Klopp or the board. This summer will be, you guys know, speaking of reality TV shows, you guys know at the end of the reality TV show when they have like a sit down and tell all? This summer is going to be the sit down and tell all summer. Like, we're going to find out once and for all, like, yo, whose fault this actually is, and let's just get to the bottom of this shit.
Yeah. In the summer, the stories that will come out about previous windows will be mental.
Exactly. But even you will agree, surely, as a more positive guy, that we're gonna be like this summer, khalas, we have to come to an ultimatum. Like, who actually the fuck is at fault for this? Like, we have to be completely honest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think when this summer will show the strategy of the football club, and whether previous summer windows that went wrong were down to ownership or were down to what's it called, management.
And we've spent the last 3 years like considerably nothing, even compared to clubs like Spurs. So no one's gonna come tell me we ain't got money. We are swimming in British pounds. Whatever we want to spend, we can spend. Big up to Saleh, big up حبيبي. He says, يا هلا توم الصغير. قبل أسبوع كنت في مدينتك جميلة كثير. Hello Tom Little. A week ago I was in your city. It's very pretty, is what Saleh is saying.
Liverpool is the best city in the world, mate. I'm glad you got to enjoy it.
Yeah, big up. Who was it from Kopish that... I just got a message from Anton. Bro, you said we would be signing Billing last summer. Husam Bomba. Yeah, bro, that's what I'm saying. Like, we're interested in players. Sometimes I'm actually happy it doesn't come off, bro. Like, I wish Arthur Melo never came off. That was the worst, like one of the worst transfers in my life. He played 30 minutes against Napoli, was fucking huffing and puffing the whole game, bro. Like, it's just the funniest thing ever. Who was it from Kopish that suggested we should rent a villa in Liverpool?
I can't remember. That sounds like something Matt would say.
Nah, that was Drifty, I swear. I think
was it Drifty?
Yeah, I think it was.
No, I think it was Matt, because I think my response was, "Where the fuck are you going to find a villa in Liverpool?"
Yeah. That's the thing. ليش ما اسوي رابطة ليفربول في الأردن؟ والله شفت طلع في رابطة ليفربول بالأردن، بس يعني مش فعالة بصراحة. وشوف موضوع الرابطة بده وقت. He's asking why I don't start a Liverpool supporters club in Jordan. I can, but it's just, this takes a lot of effort and time, and you need to bring all the fans together in a certain place, and I do watch along. So if I like retire from YouTube, that would be something I would do. But right now it's a lot more difficult. بس شكرا محمود حبيبي. أردني الأخ. Big up to Ali. Ali, mashallah, you have a job now. You're sending super chats. Hey, big up Ali. Hey. Ali has sent me more super chats in these last 3 days than he's done in 3 years on YouTube. MashaAllah. Alf Mabruk. Alf Mabruk, Bahai Jan. Shukriya, Bahai. Martin Fernandez from Porto, right back. Husam is what Ali is saying. Look, right back position, if I bring you Slot next to me here, and I bring Michael Edwards next to me here, they will tell you I don't know. Like deadass. I swear. Because I don't even, like, no one can tell you 100% who we're signing. Genuinely. I can tell you right now. Wesley. Flamengo. Vanderson. Another Brazilian right back. There's plenty. The Martim guy from Porto. Tom's guy. Joao Mario. All of them we like. But okay, so what did you guys now learn from this? Nothing. Because I just give you 4 names that we might not even sign, and we go sign a 5th guy.
And you got to factor in that like Frimpong is on the list as well, so that's 5.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about that, to be honest with you. So
I don't think it works. I don't think you can unless you're not getting Kirk as Frimpong, that doesn't work. But I guess we're going to talk about that now.
We will. 300 votes on the poll. Who is at fault? 46% say both FSG and Trent. 27% say Trent. 27% say FSG. So it's equal blame for Trent and FSG, and most people saying both, which is, to be fair, this is like what that's what Liverpool will. That's fair enough. You know, divided opinions. Anyway, let's get to the rebuild. Big up everyone. Big up everyone who sent to Super Chat. Big up everyone locked in. Tom Little, the channel is in the description. So please do give him a subscribe, and do subscribe to this channel as well. We're 3 subs away from 48.9k. We are 1,000 and a little bit subscribers away from 50,000 subscribers. I'm just Husam from Jordan. with an Android phone and a stack of books. You get me? But yeah, big up to حبيب قلبي يا محمود. تحياتي لأهل مصر غالين علي حبيب قلبي. So let's talk the rebuild. Tom, I see you opening a new tab. I can see it. The reflection.
No, I'm typing up my shortlist just so I know the names that I want to keep going with.
Yes. The Liverpool rebuild. First of all, I must ask you the $1 million question that is on people's minds on the chat. Will it actually be a rebuild? Or will it be a build?
A rebuild. I think it would be a rebuild if Salah and Van Dijk were going, but I'm moving on the basis that Salah and Van Dijk are staying, so I think it's going to be a building around. What?
You think there's a possibility they both leave?
I think I can't rule it out. I think they're both going to stay, but if both of them went, it would be the full-on commitment to the rebuild. Whereas right now, I think what the basis is it's a build around these guys for the next 2 years with a focus of signing their replacements in this time period.
Tom, you are the people's people. You are the people's man. If Salah and Van Dijk leave, you have to organize a protest.
I'm not organising a protest, but my crash out on YouTube will be one for the ages, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I think this would be worse than Zubimendi for me.
The issue is if they all go in one summer, we can't replace them. We're not going to do all the business
away next year. Genuinely,
we're not going to do all the business to replace them, so we're fucked.
It's genuinely top 4 next season, 100%. If all 3 leave, it's top 4. I don't give a fuck who we sign. It's going to be top 4 settings. The presence of Salah and Van Dijk alone on the pitch is worth 15 points a season. I'm genuinely not even exaggerating. Like, their existence on the pitch is 15 points. Like, dead ass. I'm actually genuinely not even joking. I'll be honest with you. If we let Salah go on a free, or Van Dijk go on a free, there must be organized protests outside Anfield. I might not fly in for the parade, but I will fly in for a protest. I'm not even like, that is just completely unacceptable, bro. These two right here, bro, it's not a joke. And Tom even said last week, so did Callum and Drifty and Matt, if both of these guys go, there is no such thing as blame the player. It's over for
I can't blame the player on those, Tim.
Well, put the blame on the player in the bag. Just put the blame on the club. As simple as that. Like, that's just the reality of the situation. So talk to me about the rebuild, Tom. What do you think we're gonna do?
Well, I want us to grab 8 players. I think with the amount of sales that you're gonna make, I think 8 players is probably what I'd be looking at. I know you said 5 or 6.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just factoring in a couple of sales. I'd go 8 personally. I think that we need to pick up a right back, a centre back, a left back, 2 midfielders, a versatile attacker, and 2 strikers.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Where do you think we'll
the thing is, people are saying 8 players isn't realistic. How many players are we going to sell this window? Diaz, Jota, Nunes, Elliott is on the chopping block. Endo is on the chopping block. Tsimikas, Gomez or Quansah, Trent. That's 8 outfield first team players. I've not included your Mortons. I've not included your Ben Dokes, who aren't involved. I'm going purely players who have played minutes this season. I think 8 are going to be on the chopping block.
Mm-hmm.
If you sell 8, you've got to bring in at least 7. Because the squad's thin as it is.
I'll tell you straight from now, I don't think all 3 forwards leave. I think Nunes... Do we agree, me and you, Nunes, like 99% gone? Agreed?
Mm-hmm.
That, like, he's literally... I'm telling everyone in the chat, he's genuinely good as gone. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. Like, I would be baffled and shocked, Toka, we are free, if Nunes is a Liverpool player next season. I will genuinely be shocked. So that one, I could tell you. Diaz, it depends what offers comes in. And Jota, I'll be honest with you, bro, highly unlikely I think he leaves.
Jota would be a
we
case
might just keep him as backup. Like, that's the thing.
I think Jota would be a case of a Premier League team comes in for him a little bit later in the window.
Yeah, but how much are we going to get? Like 35.
I'd take 35 for him.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm with Tampa Line here. I think it's a bigger problem than we think, Jota. Like, I don't think we'd have many clubs that want him.
The thing is, if he stays, he stays. But I don't think you can. I just don't think he will. Something's telling me that there'll be a club there that is willing to take a punt on Jota.
Who do you think more likely goes, Diaz or Jota?
Diaz.
I agree with that.
I think he's the most likely one to go.
Back to Wolves. You mean like as a Cunha replacement? I don't think that's what Wolves would be looking to do. And even if Wolves do come in for him, I think Wolves will offer a lot less than what we think. I think they're going to offer like 20, maybe 25. I don't think they're going to offer a lot of money.
I would be willing to explore that swap deal. You know how much I like Cunha, though.
But you know the club don't like Cunha. You keep gaslighting this fan base.
I just think the dislike for Cunha isn't as prevalent as you think it is. I think there is an understanding within the football club that the anger that he has isn't. It wouldn't be a problem at a top team.
Listen, one thing me and Tom can't tell you is who we're gonna sign. One thing we can tell you is who we're not gonna sign. Bro, it is highly
I don't think we're going to sign Bellingham this summer, guys. I think we can put that one on the back burner.
I genuinely believe it's highly unlikely we sign Cunha. I think it's 1%.
I think that the thing that sticks in my head with Cunha is when we played Wolves early this season, Slot kept mentioning him by name and how good a player he is and how he could play for the top teams. I think that's one of the only signings where Slot will get a lot of say in it. If he really wants a Cunha and thinks he can work with Cunha, I don't think the club would stand in his way with it, especially considering all the other boxes, bar attitude, he ranks very highly in. It's Prem proven. Yes. It's a good age. It's a good price because.
But you know we're the type of club to do this whole like we want to sign nice human beings. It's reality, Tom.
Yeah, but again, it comes down to the, I don't think the attitude problems would be as bad if he joined us though. That's my thing. I think a lot of these attitude problems that he has and discipline problems that he has are because he's at Wolves. If he comes to Liverpool, the size of Liverpool, the personalities of Liverpool, I think he'd average out and he'd become more acceptable.
People
type
might
thing.
laugh, but that's actually the policy. Like genuinely, that's actually the policy. Like no dickheads policy. Like that's genuinely the fucking policy. It's not even a joke. It's actually a reality. You get me? So I'll be honest with you, Charlie. They ain't gonna sell these guys. I'll be honest with you. Doué is not leaving. Dembele is not leaving. Kvara is not leaving. He just got there. And Barcola's not leaving. If you have any chance of signing any winger from PSG, it's probably Lee Kang-in. That's the best chance you have of signing a winger. Like, that's the thing. The truth of the matter is, look, can I tell you what I think happens this summer before you tell me what you think happens? This is merely a prediction, chat. Don't start screaming if this doesn't happen. I think we sell Nunez and we will have that party, inshallah. I think we will sell one of Diaz and Jota. I actually think Endo has changed the manager's mind. Honest opinion.
I think there's a world where Endo stays, to be fair.
Yeah, I think there is genuinely a world in which he just becomes a utility player, comes in here and there. Nothing wrong with that. He costs no money anyway, so we don't need to recoup money on him. I think, as sad as this may sound, I think Elliott's gone. I really do believe Elliott is gone. I think one of Gomez and Konsta's gone. Kelleher's gone this summer. And one of the left backs is gone. Most likely Tsimikas. Those are my 6 that I see leaving this football club. Right? Now, the easiest transfer to make in the summer, Tom will also tell you, Kerkez. Like, genuinely easiest transfer. Premier League season ends May 25. I'm not exaggerating. May 26, Kerkez can be a Liverpool player. I'm genuinely not exaggerating. Like, genuinely, the guy can join us tomorrow. The only world in which we don't sign Kerkez is if the club change their mind and they want someone else. That's it. Like, maybe they wake up tomorrow and they're like, no, I want someone more technical who can invert, so I want Ait Nouri. Or I want someone who's more, athletic, so I want Robinson, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. But with Kerkez, Kerkez is a United fan. Raheem Sterling is a United fan. He played for Liverpool, City, and Chelsea. Bellingham is a Liverpool fan. He plays for Real Madrid. Trent is a Liverpool fan. He's gone to Real Madrid. You get me? So allow all this. He's a fan stuff. This is 2025. The days of that is over. Like, genuinely, the days of that is over. So I see a world in which we sign Kerkez, and if not, another left back. But I do think a left back will come to us. I do think we will sign a backup center back. Guehi is very interesting, but it just depends how much Crystal Palace want for him. Like, it is very interesting, but it genuinely depends how much Crystal Palace want for him. Because there is a world, and Tom will agree with me again, which is Crystal Palace might just be taking the piss with the price tag. I'm sorry, with all due respect.
The thing is,
I ain't trying to pay no 7 million for Guehi.
He's in the last year of his deal.
Yeah, but I'm saying, can or cannot Crystal Palace take the piss with the price tag? Like, genuinely.
I don't think they can this summer.
I think they can. I think they can.
Palace can't afford to lose Guehi on a free. That's the only thing that's in my head.
Okay, what's the max you think we pay for Guehi? Max?
I think we pay 45 at the absolute most for him.
I would agree with that. I think max we pay 50. I just bump it up 5 extra million. I think 50 is the absolute max we pay for Guehi. Midfield, unpopular opinion. I'm telling you all right now.
You think Bajcetic is going to come back and get a chance, don't you?
No. I have a completely different opinion. Hear me out. Midfield, if we sell Nunes and one of the other two, and we try for Isak and he doesn't come, midfield becomes our big money signing. This club is in love with Carlos Baleba. Keep this in mind. This club is obsessed with Baleba.
I don't think that's who they... Honestly, Husam, if they're going to make a big name signing this summer, I think their line for big name signing this summer, and I don't agree with it. It's Isak one.
Yes.
Then if they can't get Isak, I think they'll try again for Julian Alvarez and see if they can work something out with him. And they probably get told to do one because he's happy at Atletico. And then I think they go for Xavi Simons.
I haven't heard anything about Xavi Simons, but maybe you have, which is fair,
I don't like it, but I know that they like Xavi Simons an awful lot, too much for the player Xavi
Okay,
Simons.
let me tell you what I think happens this summer. I'll tell you in chronological order. Summer starts. We sell Nunez. I think it's going to be one of the first things we do in the summer, get rid of Darwin Nunez. After that, we will try for Isak. Try. And I mean try. If they say no, I think our big money signing becomes in midfield. I promise you this club likes Baleba, and I will not change my mind. This club likes Baleba, this club like Baena, this club like Ryan Cherki. These are 3 that we fucking like. Cherki might just be the Elliott replacement. Similar amounts of money. You could get 20 for Elliott. Easy. You can just swap to someone more technical, higher level. Baena is a genuine target for this club. I don't know if we get him or not. We will try. Now, Florian Wirtz is not going to happen. Eric, cancel that directly. Florian Wirtz is not happening.
Yeah, no chance.
Yeah, just give up. Once again, me and Tom can't tell you who we're going to get. We're going to tell you who exactly we're not going to get. Baleba is a player that this club is absolutely in love with. I've been told that, like, reputably. I know we will try, but once again, Brighton take the piss with the price tag. We ain't signing him. So it just depends, to be honest with you. So here's what I think the scenario that plays itself out. Ekitike, Jonathan David on a free. 2 forwards leave the club. We trust Chiesa to stay at this football club as a backup winger. I think we get... I hope we get Baleba from Brighton, but I don't see it, unfortunately. So I think we're going to be getting a 10 to replace Elliott with, and I think we will be getting a deep-lying midfielder, perhaps someone a lot cheaper than Baleba. Left back, Kerkez shoe-in my opinion. Center back, undecided. And I don't think there's as much legs in Hato as people think.
Hato's not a centre back. I've said it on how many streams. If Liverpool sign Hato, they're signing him to play left back.
To play left back. But I don't think there's as much legs in it as people think.
I think Guehi's the one that'll happen at centre back, to be honest.
Yeah.
It just I know that we wants them. I know that we were really serious about him at the end of last summer.
Yeah, I know we were as well. We're not gonna sign Chris Wood, Naldo. Don't overdo it, man.
For me, I mean, I've got my window here.
Share
for
screen.
me,
it's time.
I don't know how to share screen on a Word document.
Oh, خلاص, no need then.
But I'll just read it out. So for me, right back, I've got 4 targets.
Tell me.
My main target is Arnal Martinez from Girona, 21-year-old Spanish lad. He's one of these new types who's like a centre back who can invert into DM. I think if you're going to sign an attacking left back, which I think we're going to, you need the balance on the other side. So I think Arnal Martinez will be our number 1 option for that. He'd cost you about 25 to 30 million. If not him, then I think that Geertruida could be an option because he's got the experience with Arne Slot.
Yep.
And he hasn't had the greatest season at Leipzig, so maybe you're not going to be asked to get loads of money for him. If not him, my third option is Wilfried Singo from Monaco. I know he's played centre-back this season, but it's Torino who's a right-back, again, of the same type of mould. And if you want to go for something, if you want to go for the attacking, the right-back to be the attacking one, that's where Jeremy Frimpong comes in. And you have to do an awful lot to cover for the sign of Jeremy Frimpong in positions around that. Centre-back-wise, it's either Mark Gahey or Alexandro. Better than a similar age.
So big on this Alexandro guy.
I think he's just an incredible.
I haven't heard any links with Alexandro though. Is this what Tom
I don't think there's any links, but I'm just going by who I would like. I think he's he's one who you'd want to look at. 25, can play left or right, competent on both feet, incredible pass of the balls, very good aerially. But he's the kind of guy. But I think there's more of a thing with Gahey. Left back, top target's Kerkez, obviously. You know I'm not big on Aït-Nouri, so he's not on my list. Second is Miguel Gutierrez from Girona, who is he's someone who's got really good attacking output. Third would be De Kuiper from Club Brugge.
I've heard about him.
I know the club like him. And Hato would come in if you're getting Frimpong. And you basically invert the setup that I'm going for, where your left back bombs on, your right back stays. If your right back's bombing on, your left back stays. That's where Gerald Hato comes in. Midfielders, I said I want 2. I want one who's more of a deep liar, and the other one who's more of a destroyer, box-to-box type thing. Wins his duels, basically. P&P merchants, should we say. For the deep liar, Angelo Stiller is my number 1 target, and it's a quite considerable gap to anyone else. I think he's incredible. If you don't know about Angelo Stiller, get to know about Angelo Stiller. Morten Husam is my second option from Sporting.
I don't think that's going to happen.
I think he's a good player, but I don't think there's a link there. Third option would be Nicolo Ravella from Lazio. There's just some injury problems with him. I think his passing numbers are very good.
That one unlikely, very unlikely.
And the fourth one, if you get Gahey, it doesn't happen. Adam Wharton.
Oh, Adam Wharton. I actually have an unpopular opinion on Adam Wharton. I think Adam Wharton is headed to City, you know?
I think there's a world where he could head to City. I just wonder how much the Nico Gonzalez stuff factors in. That's the only thing.
I really think Adam Wharton is going to be a City player.
I do worry about that, but, you know, I think he's there. And then
we don't do bidding wars. That one is going to be a bit difficult, I'll be honest with you.
For my other one, my more physical midfielder.
You haven't heard about Baleba from anyone in your circles?
I've heard about him, but it's like they admire him, but they're not going to. They're not. He's not someone that they seriously want.
I think it just depends how much they want in terms of money, though.
Yeah, but that's the thing. They're going to ask for serious money.
This is someone we really like, by the way. Tom Strappen.
You
have heard about it, and you know you have heard about it.
I have, but I don't like it. I have, but I don't like it.
I'm telling you guys right now, there is a world in which he becomes a Liverpool player, but unfortunately, he likes Barcelona too much.
So box to box, he would become a Liverpool player if Diaz went to Barca. If Diaz was Barca's choice, Nico Williams would probably come to us.
Would you take that right now? No sitting on the fence. Diaz goes to Barcelona.
I would take it, but it's purely on the basis that Diaz goes. If Diaz goes, I've got other targets. So for the physical midfielder, Lamine Camara is my number 1 option. You've heard me going about him for the past couple of weeks. I think he's incredible. Baleba is second. I'm not saying it's out the realms of possibility, but he's not there. And third,
listen, it simply depends how much Brighton want. Okay, 60 million we buy.
I just don't think he's going to be 60 million. I think he's going to be close to 100.
They are going to ask for a lot. I can't lie.
And then my third option, even though Tottenham have something with him, you can strong arm Tottenham. Johnny Cardoso.
Oh, Spurs we can easily slap Spurs in the transfer window. That's
And then I need a guy who can do both wings and occasionally 10 if it came down to it.
This is not happening. This is not happening.
Isn't happening.
This is not happening. Bro, I told you all, we cannot tell you who we're gonna get, but we know who we're not gonna get. This is a player we're not going to get, bro. Just put the Leao in the bag. That's just not happening, man.
So for the guy who can do wing/10 type thing, my number one option is Kenan Yildiz.
Baena. That's the guy.
I know he's the guy. He's second on my list. Kenan Yildiz from Juventus is my number one option.
I don't see that happening either.
The thing is, apparently Juventus need to sell. If Juventus need to sell Kenan Yildiz, I'd be all over him.
I like him, but I don't think we get him.
Second would be Baena.
Yeah.
Third would be Morgan Rogers if Villa's PSR concerns are a genuine thing.
Never gonna happen, but I hear you. I like it. It's just not gonna happen.
Fourth would be Antoine Semenyo.
That's a possibility, actually, Semenyo.
And
we could sign 3 players from Bournemouth this summer. Huijsen, Semenyo, Kerkez.
I don't think you get Huijsen. I think Huijsen's Madrid bound.
There's a word
I think there's something there.
I promise you we liked him from Juve. I swear we did.
I know we did. And the fifth one, I don't think it's going to happen because he's got heavy side links now, but Kudus.
Yeah, that's just not going to happen, Kudus.
And then you need 2 types of striker. You need a guy who can run channels and be a box threat, and another who can be a deep player. So for your box threat, obviously Isak's number 1. Ekitike is number 2.
Number 2, agreed.
Victor Gyökeres is number 3.
Disagree.
And Benjamin Sesko is number 4.
That's who I think is number 3. I don't think we even try for Gyökeres.
I think Gyökeres would only be a thing if he became like 40 million. I don't think the club would turn him down at 40 because it's too opportunistic.
Yeah, but we won't do it. Sesko, I fucking hate the Sesko signing. I'm telling you.
I don't think Sesko is very good, but I think he's the kind of guy that people want to work with.
I pray to Allah we don't sign Sesko. I don't want Sesko at Liverpool at all. I fucking hate Sesko. I'm surprised you haven't brought someone up yet.
No, on the false 9 he might come up.
No, not false 9.
Oh, running beyond who? He's in my false 9 deep line position. I think the club would sign him and use him the wrong way and try and play him as a target man.
Tom, I'll be honest with you. If we sign Sesko, I'll be so underwhelmed. Don't even try to get me on board with that signing. I'm telling you right now.
Sam, why do you think Gyökeres is above him on my list? I don't want him, but he's someone that I can see happening.
I don't like him. I don't fucking like Sesko at all. The club like him though, but I just don't dislike him. Sesko, I swear to you, this is my genuine, honest Husam opinion. Darwin Núñez waiting to happen. Deadass. I'm not even exaggerating. He's quite literally Darwin Núñez in the making. I hope I'm proven wrong, and I hope, like, if he does join us, that he cooks the shit out of the Premier League. But I just don't fucking see it happening. Like, it's just, I don't know. This is not going to happen. Put that Rituga in the bag. Put it in the bag.
You do not want to buy a striker from Atalanta. There's 2 places you don't want to buy strikers from. You don't want to buy a striker from Diego Simeone, and you don't want to buy a striker from Gasperini, because the things they do to them players that you can't replicate it.
Yes.
And then for the false 9, Julian Alvarez would be the dream guy.
Dream.
Mateus Cunha is my personal choice. Jonathan David, because he's free. And that's where Liam Delap comes in at 4th. And I also think Mikhail Tadzi from Lyon, because he's got very good numbers. He might be someone that the data guys really like. But in reality, I could see us not going for a Baleba or a Kamara type and instead promoting Bajcetic there. Left back, I think they'll buy. Centre back, I think they've got to buy. Right back, I think they'll buy.
Just so I know that me and you have been told the same stuff, I'm confirming my own stories with your circles. Do you know who's the first person we're going to try for this summer? Isak, agreed. Guys, there is a domino effect from the Isak thing. There is a genuine, complete domino effect from this Isak situation. I'm telling you all right now in the chat, we will try. Do I back the club to get it over the line? No. But we will try. It's not going to happen in my opinion, but we will try. That's all I'm saying. And in order for Isak to become a Liverpool player, number one, Newcastle must not make Champions League football. If they make Champions League football, we're going to get shown the middle finger directly. Number two, we have to sell minimum 2. Nunes and Diaz, or Nunes and Jota. But I don't see it happening. But we will try, is all I'm saying.
I wouldn't be shocked if the club bought Isak before the strikers are sold. But then you would expect to see multiple.
Yeah, but then they would have like spoken to a club and gotten like.
Yeah. Isak's the dream. Isak's the dream guy that he wants. I think
there is a world in which we send Nunes to Atletico for Alvarez, but we will probably get told to fuck off.
We go there and say that. I think the problem with that one is that Griezmann's probably going to go, so they don't want to lose Alvarez. If Griezmann was there for another 2 years, guaranteed, I think Simeone might just take the punt on Nunes, provided they get good money, obviously, as well. But I think Simeone would just take the punt on him. But if Griezmann's going, they're not going to do it. I think remember that summer where we bought Nunes and everyone said that the first option was Nkunku. I think if Edwards was here, his first option would have been Isak.
Yes,
because I think Isak would have topped all his metrics if you.
By the way, there is a world in which we actually sign Nkunku himself. Don't rule that out either.
I think his wages are probably just gonna put end that one.
Guys, I'll be honest with you. Me and Tom are sat here, and like this exercise over this last half an hour proves to you that we are looking at a shitload of players, and there's a lot that we can do this summer. There is genuinely a lot that we can do this summer. Like there is so much that we can do this summer, and it just keeps changing. I promise you,
this is why
me and him can't give you actual answers. Like it's impossible.
The thing is, one thing I'll say about this window is what I'm hearing. I've never heard this many names and this much noise at this point in the season before. So that's what makes me think there's going to be a major overhaul.
Yeah,
because I'm hearing names in every position except goalie. I think we're all right on goalie.
Yes.
That's the only position I'm not hearing.
We're not all right. We are 100% not signing anyone.
Mama
are really going to be second choice. Third choice.
I know I mentioned Xavi Simons earlier, but I don't necessarily think the club are looking at 10.
Left wing.
I think they're looking at a guy who can do left wing or right wing.
Listen, man, everything is possible now, chat. No. Listen, me and Tom are the last two people.
The thing is, it's not a war chest because we are selling a shit ton of players this summer, people. The amount of players you are going to see leave this football club this summer will be ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like if me and Husam... Right, no, I'm going
to rattle names off. Chest, it's a sell to buy chest.
I'm going to rattle names off. You tell me how much we get for them. Nunes.
Okay, I'm going to be completely objective and unbiased and give you genuine, close to reported numbers. Okay? Nunes 70.
Diaz.
55. 50,
Jota.
55. Jota, I think, is going to be the cheapest. Like that one, I will say 30.
Elliot
is another 30. Easy 30.
Endo,
like 5'10".
Morton.
Another 5'10". Nothing special.
Ben Doak.
That one 20.
Simicas.
Probably 10.
Gomez.
25, 30.
Luis Kumas.
5.
Stefan Bajcetic.
10 max.
Right there, that is near on 300 million quid that we've raised up just from selling players who have barely played a part this season and are not part of the manager's long-term future.
Okay. 300 million. Let's do now the reverse. Okay? Now you speak. Tell me, forget what Tom Little wants. Tell me who club signs at left back?
Kerkez.
Price tag?
40.
40. So that's 260 left. Center back?
Gahey.
Agreed. 50?
I'd say 45.
Let's do 50 easy calculations.
I think 45 because I'd say 40 and you say 50. It's the middle ground, 45.
Okay, no problem. Let's make it whole numbers because it's easier. Okay, so 50 and 40 is 90, so 90 million so far. Midfield.
Stiller.
How much?
35.
Okay. And who else?
I don't think they're going to get Belieber on.
I think we're going to get either Sharky or Baena.
Baena would be about... We'll use Baena.
40.
And I'll say he's about 40-ish.
Yeah. Sharky is 20, obviously half the price.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's what now we've got 150 left, 160 left. Forward line. Considering you sold all three, you can't say Isak anymore. We have to be objective.
I think you can, because I think that if you go Isak and Jonathan David, Isak's 120.
David free.
Jonathan David's 3. That leaves you with 30 million quid.
To get who for left wing?
But Baena's your left winger.
No, but I don't think we're going to play him there. I think we're going to play him in the 10.
Left wing for 30. No, but this is the thing. No, I don't think we play him in the 10. I think Baena
right back, by the way.
Yeah, I think the 30 million would go on the right back, and I think Baena would play left wing, right wing.
Who's the
right back? I'll say Frimpong just because the name it's going about, but I think any of the options I named as well. I said these options.
So what would you say? How much would he cost?
35, 40. At most, we're dipping into 10 million quid of the club's pockets.
Which is left winger? Who's who?
Again, if they were going to sign a winger, it'd be Semenyo.
That's who you think we get in the wing position.
If they were going to sign a winger, it'd be Semenyo. You can play right and left.
Can I tell you something honestly? There is genuine love for Nico Williams. I swear.
I don't think
you don't like him, but the club do. You know this. This is not Tom Little. Remember, we're not going based off our opinions. We're trying to be as objective as possible.
I don't.
You
think
don't
that,
like the guy, but it's reality.
I
dare you look at the camera and deny that we like Nico Williams. I dare you.
They like him, but I just don't think there's a world where they pay what he wants.
Listen, here's the thing. Release clause 50 M's. So that's not a problem. You can release him from the contract. Getting him to come to Liverpool because he wants Barcelona is the bigger problem.
You kind of need to sell Diaz to Barca to get him.
Yes. That's why that's be the first thing I'd do. I'd call Barca and be like, listen, I know 70 was his original price. Give me 50 and you can have him. Out the door, Luis Diaz. In through the door, Nico Williams.
Oh, we forgot to factor in. Husam, we forgot to factor in Kelleher. Kelleher's 25 as well.
Yeah,
that was who we didn't factor. So we're getting like definitely 300 this summer.
Doué is not happening, Rad Chabi.
You're not getting anyone from that PSG team.
Only one we could get from PSG, I'm telling you right now, is Lee Kang-in. That's it.
And you don't want Lee Kang-in.
Yeah, Lee Kang-in is mid anyway. Like, bro, I've seen Jordanian defenders pocket him. Like, allow me, man. We beat Korea in the semi-final of the Asian Cup, and we drew them 1-1 in Korea, bro. Allow me, man.
Can we just look at Ballers FC's comments? Thomas like Michael Edwards, smart and savvy, but he's a fucking geek. I don't know if there's a compliment in there or not.
That's probably an insult, to be fair. It is probably an insult. Yeah,
honestly,
it's probably an insult. An insult more than a compliment, to be fair.
See, but look,
I promise you all in the chat right now, do not be shocked if we sign Nico Williams. Please do not be shocked. It's a world. It could happen. I'm telling you right now. Okay. Tom has to go in a bit. So let me just read the super chats and then we'll wrap up. Don't want to keep Tom for too long. Big up to all of you guys. This has been a prototypical Husam x Tom Little, you guys. You get me? Wallah, we have kept you so entertained during this transfer window, on this international break, sorry. It is like, I've given you so much enjoyment. Tomorrow I'm back, inshallah, with a Liverpool show as well. And I might do something on my own. Probably not, because it's going to be the 29th night, last night of Ramadan. So, khalas, we're back to usual after that. FA Cup weekend then, and, A-listers, whatever. And then we end. This month has 31 days, right? Yeah, 31 days. 31th March is Monday. 1st April is Tuesday, yeah. So the Premier League's back anyway on Tuesday, so. Okay. Big up to all of you guys. 900 people still in the building. We're on 400 likes. I appreciate that. Thank you guys so much for always showing us love. Let's try to get to 450 likes. I'm not going to be greedy. Let's get to 450 likes. Big up Thomas Bradley and fuck Owen, Coutinho, and Trent. You know, people say like everyone that leaves gets hate. I don't agree with that. I don't hate Luis Suarez. I don't hate Alvaro Arbeloa. I don't hate Xabi Alonso. I hate Torres because he went Chelsea. I hate Owen because he went Man United.
It's levels of hatred. I hate the way pretty much every one of them has left.
So but you can't blame Xabi Alonso when Benitez wanted to get Gareth Barry. Come on.
No, but Alonso. I mean, I'm sure you've heard the overlap stuff. So
yeah,
about how Alonso wanted it the year before and to Arsenal anyway, and all that stuff. So like that part with Suarez, you know. He kind of fucked us from getting a little bit more money because of the biting instance at the World Cup. Coutinho lied about some back injuries to force through a move. You know, I don't think many of them have left in the right way, and that's the problem.
My realistic targets as an LFC fan, me and Tom will tell you right now. Kirkaz, realistic, will most likely happen. Arnau Martinez, there is 0 links there. Gordon, the ship has sailed. That ship has sailed.
Gordon
there is like a 5% chance we sign Gordon. 5%.
Mm-hmm. I don't think it happened, especially since he signed a new contract.
Ekitike, very likely. I'm telling you right now.
If we don't get Isak, we'll go for Ekitike.
Yeah, we're gonna go for Ekitike. I think we're gonna go for Ekitike, bro. I actually think. Listen, here's what's gonna happen. I think we're gonna try for Isak. They're gonna want too much money. We're just gonna go sign Ekitike. Like genuinely. Mm-hmm. I fully see that happening like within the first 2 weeks.
That's the thing that makes me think though that they might go then for Cunha because Ekitike is good but raw. If you're gonna put Ekitike, if you're gonna sign Ekitike, you need a prem guy alongside him.
I think you're thinking more what you want to happen, not what you know.
No, because do you know what I think, Husam? I think also if it's not Cunha, I think that's the world where Jota stays. I don't think the club are gonna sign Ekitike and Jonathan David. That's too risky. Yeah. They need the prem guy. They need someone experienced up top.
I can see a world in which we sell all three, sign David, Ekitike, and Nico Williams. Write that down.
That's underwhelming as fuck.
It is, but hey, what can we do? At least we get rid of Diaz and Nunez, which is a massive W. If I was in a dream, we get another centre back and another attacker, is what Adarsh is saying. I don't think that's a dream. I think Guehi, there's legs behind that. I'm telling you right now.
Mm-hmm.
Was rewatching Husam's Zubimendi reaction last night, and it's legit an all-timer. My man said, I hope every plate of food he orders has a bug in it. Let me tell you guys, it's exposed Thursday. This is what we're calling Thursdays from now on. Let me tell you about Cave. His name was Cave the Robertson Sexual. He removed the Robertson Sexual after Robo dropped all the stinkers, mate. And here's the thing, Cave. Bro, Zubimendi can hold that. You just got knocked out of the Europa League against Manchester United. Mm-hmm. You could have been something special with us.
He looked so shit in that game as well. Oh my God. He looked so slow.
Yeah. Listen, Zubimendi, you could have been a Premier League champion, mate.
Could you imagine Zubimendi against Morgan Rogers?
Just saying. You could have been something special, mate. Jota has a link to Newcastle probably to replace. This is very weird because we like a lot of Newcastle players and they like a lot of our players. They want Jota and they want Kwanzaa or Gomez. You get me? They're looking at them. So, like, it's a possibility. I do see a swap deal happening, to be fair. But it depends how much money they want for Isak and how much money they're willing to pay for Gomez.
Can I address Mush's comments as well? Let's just... Because the latest one about homegrown players. The thing with homegrown players, you do not need a set amount of homegrown players. The homegrown rule is not you need 8 homegrown players. The homegrown rule is you cannot have more than 17 non-homegrown players. So if we look through our list next year with all the sales that we have, Alisson, Mamardashvili, Van Dijk, Kanate, Robertson, that's 5. McAllister, Szoboszlai, Gravenberch, Salah, Gakpo, Chiesa. That's 11. So you could sign 6 non-homegrown players.
And you're calm.
Mm-hmm. You don't need at that point. We're not going around about. Oh, I need more. I need more.
And remember, players below 23 don't even count in the whole homegrown, non-homegrown.
So if we signed, ain't
TK 21, I swear.
It's under 21. So like, just
TK is 22, mate. He's 22.
So through my list here, if we signed Jarell Hasso, he wouldn't have to be registered.
Yes. Kerkez, how old is he?
I think Kerkez is 21 now.
Yeah, he's 21, so he doesn't have to be registered.
I think Kerkez would. I think Kerkez would have to be registered. I think like the likes of Jarell Hasso wouldn't have to be. Kenan Yildiz wouldn't have to be if you signed him.
Nico Williams, let's check his age.
Anyone who's 20 or below at the start in July 1st. So Nico Williams is 22, so we need to be registered. But that's the thing. That's the thing with the homegrown stuff. Like you can have 0 or you can have 8, and even then, if you're looking at it, we've got Connor Bradley's homegrown, Curtis Jones will be homegrown, Quansah will be homegrown. That's not factoring in. Like, for all we know, we could sign Liam Delap. He's homegrown.
We could.
So then you get so then you still have that 17th non-registration spot. Who else have we got on the shortlist? Adam Wharton, homegrown. So you sign a player, but you keep it. Mark Gay, homegrown. You keep that registration spot. This is what I'm on about. It's just the number you need to look at is 17. Do we have 17 players who are non-homegrown? If you have more than that, you're fucked.
Yeah. This could happen, Charlie. Adarsh comes back. If the budget is too tight for my mate Henry, one of each, Zargova, Sharky, Aspria. Sharky is the only one I see happening from that. Bade, Zabarni, Kosonu. I don't see none of them happening, but fairs. Douglas Luiz, Kamara, and Mecha. Kamara's possibility, to be honest with you, but the others not. I hear where you're coming from, where you're trying to say, like, this is what you would do. Nothing wrong with your list. I think the 10/winger thing is Sharky or Baena. That's who we like.
So, by the way, Douglas Luiz, put the fries in the bag, brother. Douglas Luiz ain't happening.
Yeah, and he's, by the way, one major negative about signing Douglas Luiz, very similar to McAllister. McAllister is better version of Douglas Luiz. So, yeah. People may not remember, but a wise man used to say, know the club. We will sign a cheap left back and a forward and a midfielder will probably be Bacetic, lol. It's a possibility. We could get let down 100%. 100% there's a world in which we get let down. This is Fenway Sports Group. This is Liverpool Football Club. Of course we can get let down. Ain't nothing new in this life, bro. Tom Little being a fraud, you get me? And FSG letting us down. Water is wet, mate. Big up to Ed who says, I want Johnny from Betis. I'm assuming this is Johnny Cardoso, no? You American bastard, Ed. You American bastard. Look at Ali being horny in the chat. You just want Alicia Lehman to sign for Liverpool? Have some shame. You get me? I remember Elliot to Brighton links a while back, which, how about 60 million for Baleba? And first of all, what the hell do you value Elliot at? 60 million and Elliot for Baleba? Are you mad? Hell no.
I think he's valuing Baleba at like 100 million there.
Yeah, so that's still a lot. You get me? Well, if you want Elliot, 20 million and no, 40 million and Elliot is fair. Then he will be 70, which I think is the max which we would pay.
I think you're slightly undervaluing Elliot, to be honest. I think you could get 40.
I'm valuing him at 30, to be fair.
I think you could get a bit more because you got English tax has to be factored in. I'd pay if Elliot was French, I'd pay 30. But the fact he's English, there's an extra tax on that. Oh my God.
You're finished. Wallahi, you're finished.
Big up to Tampa Lion who says, hit the like button, support the channel, easiest way possible. Yes, make sure you guys are hitting the like button and subscribing to this channel. We have hit 48.9k subs, so we're now 100 subs away from 49k, mate. I can't wait for that big 50 party. Oh my God. Is it me or is it Husam's chair crooked? No, it's not. I just can move it as much as I want. Here.
No, I bought one. It looks like it's crooked at an angle.
Yeah, but that's because I'm sitting at an angle. I'm sitting like this.
That might be why.
I'm sitting like this.
It looks like your chair is like that.
I promise
like
it's just the angle I'm sitting in. You mean like it's not equal? No, it's equal.
it looks like the right hand side is lower than the left hand side. See, when you move like that, it's better.
See?
It looks flat there, yeah.
Husam, is the Salah news today reliable? 50-50. I hope he stays, mate. I hope he stays. So, yeah. Newcastle fan, why are you so angry, mate? You just want your first trophy in 70 years. Be happy. Calm down. We're just talking about the news.
Right. If we just go back to that, I don't think Alexander Isak looks at his potential next destination in football by who tried to stop Newcastle getting sponsorship rules when it initially happened. I don't think Isak's transfer list is decided by that.
I agree. Isak, Baleba, Bastoni, Gemaris are signing City or Prime United, and Chelsea will make who aren't doing that. If we get Cherki, Jokeres, Hoyson, Kamara, I'm celebrating. Yes. Now take out from that list Jokeres and put in Ekitike and probably Nico Williams as a possibility. Now, out of the signings in the first sentence, you could get one of them this summer. And only one. You get me? So, yeah, I think it's just one. I think you mean Malo Gusto, right back. Chelsea ain't doing nothing. We're not going to get Malo Gusto, man. It's just not.
You are not going for Malo Gusto.
Yeah, put the Gusto in the bag, bro. Put the Gusto in the bag. Big up to my guy, Gagandeep, who says, honestly, we have had a 15-year sample size that with FSG as owners, the idea and owners to get you to the pinnacle, but you aren't the right owner to get us to the next level of sustained success. If Van Dijk and Mo leave, rebuild incoming. I agree with that. I think if Van Dijk and Mo leave, it is a complete ass rebuild. And then you're just gonna have to put the title in the bag, bro. Just put the title race in the bag. Top 4 o'clock. I'm gonna start doing shows with Chelsea fans. You get me? Start doing shows with Forest fans. Hey guys, we lost this week. Oh, you won this week. Oh, our next game is against Leeds United at Anfield. I think we're gonna win this one and make a bigger gap for the top 4. That's what's gonna happen to us, mate. You get me? So if those two leave, just put the title race in the bag, mate. Big up to Adarsh who says, I know I throw a lot of names out there, but that just shows if someone like me can reel out decent list of targets, FSG have no excuse to have a dull window. Yes. And even Tom will agree with you. And even like the FSG inners, some are way too far gone, like they're way too delusional. But I think most of the people should agree. Listen, this summer there is no excuse, bro. The excuses ran out. 3 years of bullshit now. Don't bullshit me again. Don't be surprised if John comes out of mute to confirm extension of Mo and Van Dijk and call it a day. Isak will be another Jude or Caicedo saga. I don't think there is a world in which we call it a day without making a single signing. I think minimum, absolute minimum, worst case scenario, we sign a left back.
You are not seeing us run it back with this team.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think worst case scenario, we sign left back and Ekitike. That's worst case scenario.
You're getting a left back guaranteed, so this super chat is quite irrelevant.
Yeah, I don't think we run it back. Turkish food mukbang live stream for so you want me to work so hard to get 50k and then eat bland food. Turkish food is so bland and overrated. Like I wouldn't wish that on my enemy. Appreciate you, Fonzie, though. This is what happens when you're an anime merchant. Another worry is Real coming in for McAllister in 2026. This is a reality. I do think that they might come in for him, but I don't think that they will. I think it'll be their rival club that comes in for him. I actually think it's going to be Barcelona.
The problem with the Barcelona one is that their midfield is pretty well set.
Yeah, but I think they get rid of Frank de Jong and I think he joins them.
Yeah, but I think they're going to stick with the system that they've got at the minute. They've got Fermin Lopez, Gavi, Pedri, Marc Casado, Marc Bernal. I think they might just try and keep it very La Masia in that midfield.
Of which McAllister is better than all of them.
He is, but I think Barca will be looking to spend big on a Lewandowski replacement and then going to spend big on a centre-back to partner Kabasi.
I hear you.
And then he needs to go get a goalkeeper.
Okay. Anyway, guys, big up to every single one of you guys. Make sure you guys are liking the video. Make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel if you're yet to do so. Big up to all of you guys. Hit the like button on your way in. Subscribe to the channel if you're yet to do so. And look, this has been an absolutely incredible stream. Big up all the super chatters. Big up for showing us love. Tom Little's channel is in the description. We have hit 450 likes, so thank you guys so much. You get me for getting us to 450. This stream is going to take you over to the Big Six. We're going to redirect to the Big Six, ladies and gentlemen. I will be there in the chat as well. Spam Husam Raid in the Big Six chat. Don Husam Raid. Everyone, let's represent the community. This is the best community on YouTube. I want you all to copy paste this message right here. Don Husam Raid. I will be over there in that chat as well, raiding that channel. I appreciate you all, and I'm gonna see you guys over on the other side. Yalla.